Hey everyone, so this is going to be an iPhone speed test comparison video between the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus, and also I'm going to be discussing whether I think it's worth spending an extra $130 to get the Plus model. So like all my speed tests, going to start off by powering both of them on at the same time. And both these are on iOS 10 of course. Now the 7 Plus has a better specs. It has 3 gigabytes of RAM versus 2 on the regular 7. Both do have the latest A10 chipset. Big improvements over previous models like the 6S and the 6. And you see here that the 7 Plus is loading up a lot quicker than the 7. Got an app page over here. Going to open up some apps. Now the 7 is up. Alright, so Temporal 2 is going to be first. Let's make sure everything's closed out. Good there. Good there. Alright, so Temple Run 2. Alright, so a tad bit faster on the 7. Now it is worth noting that the 7 does have less to push in terms of screen. So 4.7 inches versus 5.5 on the Plus. Also, the 7 Plus is 401 ppi versus 326 for the 7. Alright, 1 second, just got more Amber alerts. Alright, so gonna go to Chrome in a minute. Let's go to CNN. Really close, maybe like a fraction of a second faster on the 7. Alright, do that again. Looked about the same there for the settings. Let's do iFunny. Tad bit faster on the 7. Let's do YouTube. Faster on the 7 Plus. Calculator. Clock. ESPN. Looked about the same to me. Let's do photos. Again, looked about the same. eBay. Maybe a tad faster on the Plus. Asphalt 8. And looked a little bit faster. Yeah, so a little faster on the 7 Plus. Really not much of a difference. A bit of a mixed bag, I'd say. Now, in terms of multitasking, you'll probably get better results on the 7 Plus, just because of extra gigabyte of RAM. Let's go into Chrome. Alright, so you see 7 Plus a little bit faster. Let's do CNN. About the same as the IGN. Again, really close, Nintendo. So you can tell both web browsers extremely quick. Let's do NBC. Website I haven't been to. Alright, so faster there you see on the 7 Plus. Overall, I mean, both are really quick. These are two of the fastest phones, if not the fastest phones currently on the market. Let's do the fingerprint scanner test. Now I think the fingerprint scanner on these is solid. Probably not a difference between the two. Yeah, as you can tell, I mean, I don't really notice a difference. Both pretty quick. Apparently the fingerprint scanner has also been upgraded from years past. In terms of speed, both these devices are a whole lot faster than any previous iPhones. I did a test versus, or rather, we'll do a test versus 6, but I already know that these are much faster. Let's bring up the camera. And it's going to snap a few quick pictures. So I do have a camera test video comparison on the channel. Yes, you can see both really fast. Alright guys, so in terms of real world usage, I would say these are pretty close. Now I do have a pretty strong preference between the two, and I'm going to discuss that in a minute. Just to go over some more of the specs, so I already discussed the screen. Both the rear facing camera is 12 megapixels, although on the 7 Plus, you see you have dual lenses versus single lens on the 7. I'll talk about that more in a second. The front facing camera on both is 7 megapixels, same front facing. In terms of storage, you can even get 32, 156, or rather 128 or 256. No micro SD card support, like all other iPhones. 1960 battery versus 2900 on the Note 7. And then, yeah, so both have the 8-inch chipset, 3 GB RAM versus 2 on the 7. Both have stereo speakers, both are water resistant, IP67. Both have fingerprint scanners, of course. Both, unfortunately, lack a headphone jack. And in my opinion, I mean, I know some people don't really care about it, but in my opinion, that's a pretty strange move. Even for people who don't, even if you have wireless headphones, I'm sure you'll come across time when you need it. It does ship with an adapter, but still. So some other things, both are available in black, jet black, gold, rose gold, and silver. And you see, this is the black version, not the jet black, but it's definitely my favorite color of the bunch. Jet black, I think, is a little too fingerprint prone. Really nice looking there. Haven't had a black iPhone in a while. And then this is just the gold. So aside from the camera bump, the design is the same. And then the 7 starts at $650 versus $770 for 7 Plus. So extra $120 depending on which model you get, how much internal storage you decide to get. Now, as I mentioned, I do have a strong preference, and it is the S7, rather the 7 Plus. I do think that it's worth the extra $120. And there are two reasons why. One is the battery, the other is the camera. So you see here, do have a dual lens here. You can switch between the two, and they also work in unison. So personally, I don't really use the secondary camera. It's like a zoomed in version of it. But the regular wide angle camera does work in unison with the second one to provide much better zooming. So in a hotel room now, let me see if you guys can, this might not be the best demo. See if I can just zoom in on this. Okay. Yeah, so you see how far it zooms in right there? Now, let me do a comparison versus the 7. So you see, you pretty much have that whole green area in focus. And versus the 7. 7, hardly any zoom. Is it? Okay. Yeah, so you see, huge difference in the zoom. So yeah, I really like the camera on the 7 Plus a lot more. Also, the battery life I found on the 7 Plus is a lot better, as I already mentioned, in terms of raw specs. 2900 versus 1960. And in day-to-day usage, I am going to have a full video of this. I wanted to have it up tonight. Probably going to have to do it tomorrow. I'll try doing it tomorrow morning. But in day-to-day usage, way better on the Note 7. Sorry, I messed up again. The 7 Plus. And yeah, I do also like having the larger screen. That's nice. Now, both are LED, but again, higher PPI on the 7 Plus. 401 PPI versus 326. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers it. Now, if you're not into the camera, if you don't really care, if you don't care about the zoom functionality, if battery isn't a big thing for you, although I think for most people battery is a big thing, so I really think that the 7 Plus is definitely worth the upgrade. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you're not already for more videos like this in the future. And thanks again for watching.